From a league position, which is not what we're judged about at all, then you would always like to be higher. The performances haven't necessarily got the results they deserved. The league has been switched this year, so there's two teams playing now. Rather than just an under-18s youth team, there's an under-19s or three under-19s are allowed to play, and there's also an under-16s, 17s. So it's enabled us to get everybody playing. So our 19s are Harvey Cribb, Charlie Clements and Cameron Gardner. So Cameron's obviously been in the first team, Harvey's been out on loan at Bridlington, and Charlie's been out on loan at Barton. And we've taken the decision that I don't see, unless it's for their development, our under-19s will go and play men's football. So particularly when we play the northwest side of the league, who like Blackpool Saturday had 3 under-19s, it becomes really difficult for 16, 17-year-old boys, but it also becomes a fabulous experience for them. And the way they've dealt with it and the performance levels have been really, really impressive. Playing lads who have had 2 years full training advantage start on them is a big thing at youth level, and the biggest thing for us is the performance and their attitudes has been really pleasing.
Yeah, really good. Obviously, I always enjoy playing my football. Like you said, maybe results haven't gone our way as much as we wanted to, but it's all about developing and getting better as a team, and hopefully them results can come.
See the new lads coming in, I think we've gelled really well. I think we know each other well, and I think this middle part of the season, I think it's going to be a strong point for us. Obviously, we started well. I think then from then, the first 2 games, from that period, I don't think we've been our best, but from the last 3 games, I think we've worked on it. Although we might have not got the results we wanted, I think we've had 3 draws on the bounce, but it just shows the improvement, because I think we've played some tough sides, so it just shows how well the group's progressing.
It was, yeah, it's unbelievable scenes really. I mean, it was the first goal this season for me as well. I didn't really know what to do when I was celebrating. I sort of just ran off and just went to all the players and staff and just came together as a bunch. But yeah, great feeling. Hopefully we can do it again in the next round.
First half was pretty tough. Obviously we didn't play how we wanted to, but then in the second half I think we took the words from Woodsy and Cal and sort of implemented that into the game, and I think to get that goal early on it kind of like stumped Mansfield really. So I think they were on the back foot for most of the game, and I just knew that we had the late goal in us, so I always kept believing, and obviously that moment came.
I think anyone who was there would say it was definitely the right result. Mansfield staff certainly admitted that as well. I thought second half we totally dominated the game from a football perspective. We created a lot of chances, and credit to Mansfield with some defending, and the goalkeeper made some good saves. Again, like the Forest one, it's always a little bit special when it's the 94th minute, but the result was a fair result on the day, and the lads deserved to go through to the next round.
Yeah, ultimately, like, home games are always an advantage for the team at home. Obviously, you obviously get the fans behind you, but that Nottingham Forest game was out of this world, really. Obviously, going into extra time, nearly last minute when we scored, just that feeling and that emotion was incredible.
Last time out at home, I think that's one of the best memories of my scholar at the moment. So yeah, them memories did come flooding back, and obviously I want to replicate them times this year.
It was a very emotional period for us, for obviously the highs of the Nottingham Forest performance, and also going to Shrewsbury and winning, and going to South Shields and winning. It gave the lads the fabulous experience that you want the Youth Cup to do. So we went to 2 teams, Shrewsbury initially where we weren't favourites, South Shields where we were supposed to be favourites, Forest where we weren't. So it gave them some experience of what they're going to encounter hopefully as they go through the ranks. The Forest was just a special day that they'll all remember. A last minute winner in the last minute of extra time against a Premier League team, and no one was kidding ourselves. From a purist football, Forest were a little bit better than us, or were a lot better than us, but following instructions and game plans, the boys were fantastic. And every now and then football chucks these things up, and it's just nice when it happens to you. Obviously then we had the tragedy with Cameron and Dave, and the Millwall was probably one of the most emotional games I've ever been involved in, and I thought the lads did themselves a real credit in it.
Yes, longer. Yes, longer. Yes.
I think the beauty of particularly Callum and Henry. I was down last night at the academy, and there's coaches that work with them at 8, 9s, 10s, 11s are absolutely full of pride and enthusiasm because they've come all the way through it. Obviously different pathways again, like we talk about Evan and Cameron coming in later, but it gives everybody an added motivation to know that the lads can come through. And yeah, for the academy, apart from the result of the game, it was a really enjoyable evening on Tuesday.
Yeah, obviously it was a proud moment to make my debut for the club, being here since the under-8s, and it was a great experience, especially against a strong Chesterfield side.
Yeah, I was absolutely delighted when I found out I was going to be playing. First of all, I've got to credit all the people I've worked with over my academy years from the age of 8, obviously family as well as all the staff helping me. I wouldn't have got there without them, so I was absolutely delighted when I found out, and ultimately I was able to put a decent performance, so good day for me. It's really good to get that experience with them when they're training. Obviously they help you out a lot as an individual, even the staff as well. They're always giving you tips of how to perform a lot better, and them little bits of how you can potentially get yourself into the first team, and that's obviously what I want to do.
You can see there's a pathway into the first team, you know, with the gaffer. I think he's mentioned on a few times he likes to use the youth. I think that's a good thing for the club to have, you know. For the other age groups, you know, they can aspire to get into the first team.
I think it's fantastic for the individual boys themselves. It's also fantastic for the club and for the academy. And I will say I think it's well deserved. The boys over the last 2 years have shown good progress, and I've had a lot of standout performances this year.
Intensity of the play, obviously with the youth team, I think, you know, everybody's sort of around your age group, so you're quite matched physically, but when you go to the first team you could have someone 10, 20 years older than you, so it's the physicality and also the intensity of the game I've noticed as well, and there's sometimes the quality as well. With the first team you can't afford to have that bad touch because they're onto you, and I think that's good development for me going forward. I can remember my first day, I think it was like a skills centre. I think my brother actually got me a trial to that, emailed Loz, and Loz obviously emailed back, and I think I joined quite late into that, so I think the hopes weren't there, but I can remember sort of Loz taking me and my brother inside and telling me that I had a place in the academy, and I can remember how happy he was and how happy I was, and how happy the rest of the family was, so yeah, that's a good memory.
Yeah, I can always remember, like, I didn't actually play for a team before I came here. I sort of went to one of the football in the community things, and luckily enough there was a scout there that picked me up, and I've never really looked back since. But I keep thinking to that moment, what if that chance never came, and like how my life could be different. But I'm really glad that opportunity came for me, and I've never looked back.